Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wario Land 3. In the last episode, we obtained the steel overalls from the Castle of Illusions, and that changed a lot of stuff all around the world. So at the beginning of this, for the first half probably of this episode, we will just be going around the world finding those changes. The first of which I want to get on with is here in the piece... I landed on top of the zombie, that's daft. Here in the Peaceful Village, this is the final treasure, it's the blue treasure. And if we just come through here... Yes, this is the right room. This one's a really weird one. This took me ages to find when I first played this as a kid, because basically, you're looking for, like, those non-fractured purple blocks, because they're what you break through with the steel overalls. But down here, you find a fat frog that's stuck in a manhole? I don't know what that's supposed to be. But anyway, you find the fat frog. You don't know what to do with it. But simply ground pound with the lead overalls, and it scares it up and out the way. Now, these ones are ones you actually can break with the lead overalls. There's all these pipes. Nice little Mario reference, I guess. Wario can go through pipes too. Speaking of which, go through this pipe specifically. None of the other ones work. And encounter a goddamn nightmare creature again. This one's much easier to face than the one in the Stagnant Swamp though, because at this point you have the garlic, which means you can just run straight through these pipes instead of having to like, ooh, blue coin. Instead of having to like bounce off them, like you do when you don't have the garlic, that you kind of have to munch your way through them. Instead you can just go straight through them, which is awesome. So, the mole rat, or whatever it's called, doesn't really stand much of a chance of getting you, and it's a really short level. So, yeah, 1 minute 30 in, already got a first treasure. Not mole rat, what's it called? Robo-mouse, that's it. Mole rat. Good one. That's a real animal, though. The naked mole rat. Horrible, disgusting name for a disgusting-looking animal. Pretty cool, though. Anyway, enough of my shit. We've got a treasure which does something. It's not a change, but it does something. Allow the game to explain. So that's marginally cool. The Plate of Night and Day allows you to change at will. There's not many times where that's actually useful, and you can just go into a level and then leave it, but hey, it cuts like a few seconds off. Anyway, we got another change from the steel overalls, which is Sea Turtle Rock, so we're going to do that. We're actually doing the green treasure on it, which is through here. The red treasure is the result of the Staff of Purity, which I'm still not going to do yet. I'm going to do that later, and explain why then. This level is, well, this part of this level is slightly odd. Basically, if we, oh, nope. If we come through here, you'll see what I mean. There's this pipe here, walk through the pipe, and you reach the dark room. Someone's making photographs, and come out the other side, and you're back in the same room, except you've like been warped round, so it's kind of strange. Basically, what you need to do is start rolling, then basically just jump at the right times, and you'll be warped around the room, and it'll kind of hook back to the other side, jump, and jump again, there we go. And then you'll roll through the dark room, you can see how this is going. Remember the dark room, it's important later. Hey, green key. And you can see how this goes. We roll to the right there. If you roll to the other side, then indeed to the left, everything you own in a box to the left, or whatever the hell the lyrics are. I don't feel good about that. I feel soiled. Anyway, we're nearly there. Just a bit longer. This is a short but slightly repetitive level. Not sure what I think about it. But anyway, one more jump, and poof, we're there. Now this gets us something kind of useful. Well, not kind of useful, but kind of cool. It's the first part of a two-part treasure. My voice went up at the end of that sentence there like I was going to continue it, but I didn't. Yes, this is the Sun Fragment 1. And so, of course, that implies there's a Sun Fragment 2, and quite rightly there is. It's at one of the other places also changed by the steel overalls, which was... oh, game, it's getting more coloured in. It's the Desert Ruins. It takes place on the night side, but you don't actually have to be... You could come here at day now, because you see this kind of barrier. Even were this barrier up, you can break through it now you've got the garlic, so... You can do this at day or at night, but it's on the night side. And you just need to smash through here. Now this one is quite cool. This is one of the ones that always, I don't know why, but it sticks with me. When I kind of haven't played this game for a while and I think about it, this level always comes to mind for various reasons. I don't know why. But anyway, I don't think we've encountered yet. We have encountered Vampire Wario, of course, but previously he's only had water as his only enemy. If you touch light as Vampire Wario, you will also be turned back into human. So here, of course, you want to be avoiding that. I think there's 3 things total that turn you back. Water does it, light does it, and the one we haven't encountered but will soon is garlic. Anyway, so that's the key, so we just need to turn back into human, and this bit's slightly confusing, but if you go down here, you can see that opens up, so that should give you a hint as to what to do. What you actually need to do is smash down there. This is a well-hidden one, which can fuck you over if you don't know what you're looking for, but it's through here. Now, here you need to use this pot to dislodge that hammer bot, so you can come down here, then get hammered. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong side. Yep. Well, we're gonna have to do that again unless I'm very lucky. Oh, I might just be able to. Yes, good. I'm gonna get the musical coin and whatever's up here. Stay all the way to the right here, and then you'll turn back to normal. Doot, doot, doot. And smashy. And flip the switch. Now, what does that switch do? Let's see. You will have seen the thing that it does already, you just won't have clocked. That's what it does. That thing has now slid across to cover the what the hell am I on? Ladder. But there's another one of those purpley stretch block things further up here, which has a door on it. So now we can go through the door. And, oh, it gets cooler. Behold, Yellow Belly. If he stabs you, he turns you into Puffy Wario, which is how he gets rid of you. Very easy boss, though. Just butt stomp him on the head. And he will spit out a pump. Butt stomp on the pump. And you inflate him. Rinse and repeat. This is one of the, like, a lot of the later bosses in this tend to be... Bosses in this game as a whole, either you'll have no problem with them, or you will have all of the problems in the world with them. Like, as I think Wolfen Boss is the only one that's really given me much grief over my lifetime, and one or two we've still got to come up. They do get slightly harder as the game goes on, but this guy, no, he's really straightforward. Yellow Belly he's called, and indeed, that's the blue chest. So, if what we just got was the Sun Fragment 1, can you guess what might be in this chest? Let's find out. Unsurprisingly, it's the Sun Fragment 2. There are only 2 of them, so when we combine them together, shit happens. Now that one's kind of cool because, yes, we brought daylight to the east now, which was useful as well to have the plate of night and day, because you do obviously now need it to be day for all those changes, that's why they occurred. But it's quite cool, because 3 changes, we're going to start with the Frigid Sea, but 3 occur for different reasons. With the Frigid Sea, as you'll see, part of the level is now melted in the daytime, so that's kind of like what's changed here. In the Castle of Illusions, there's light coming through the windows, which does stuff, which I'll show shortly, and then with the Colossal Hole, because it's daytime, the birds, owls, now come down to roost, rather than being stuck flying in the air, so you can utilise them. We haven't seen owls yet in this game, and it's a whole heap of fun. Anyway, blue chest, blue key, straightforward enough. You can see here there's 2 types of snowman blocks. You have to be going at like full speed in order to smash through the darker ones, so just going down this one here would not be enough. There's only one place where you can kind of build up enough beans to be able to smash through all of them, which is right from the top here. Get snowman here. And then set yourself a roll in. It's that straightforward. There are literally only 2 times in the game you see Snowman Wario, and they're both this level. And they both, unfortunately, lead to useless treasures. The first one was the magic pot, and this one as well is a useless treasure, but it takes like a minute, so I just thought I'd clean it up while we're here. Hey, it's the UFO. The UFO. Yeah, that was kind of cool. So, I'm going to make a note here. The Colossal Hole, the green treasure I believe, is what you need to do. Everything that I'm going to do until I do that level is completely divergent. Like, the Colossal Hole is what you need to do in order to advance the game. What I'm doing now is basically a dead end, but it's a long dead end, so... Let's start with Castle of Illusions Red. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's a daytime change. Like, the change was daytime in the east caused the change, so obviously you need to do it at damn daytime, don't I? So. Proceed. Oop! Zombies are still here at daytime, that's worth noting. But yeah, proceeding through the Castle of Illusions is still the same thing as ever, and of course, because of how the Castle of Illusions works, we know exactly where the red chest is, so it's just about where to get the red key from. And the answer to that is... This can be a tricky one. It's a lot of the kind of guides I've read and stuff on this have said that you can't do this until a later point in the game. They are completely and 100% wrong, but it's a common misconception, so I will... Oh, bollocks! Oh, I thought you got me there. So I will kind of go through it. to hit that. This is slightly repetitive, always having to do this every time, but we're nearly there. And one more switch. Doink! There we go. So, what do we actually need to do? If we continue all the way along to the left, we'll hit the grey key, but actually, we need to get turned into a zombie. And then we just need to hop down here. And then you can just fall through this, but the light will stop you and catch you here. Basically, we don't have the ability yet, but soon enough you get the ability to throw large animals, well, large enemies, and you can use the burr bear there to break through those blocks. A lot of guides think that's when you're supposed to do this treasure, especially because this treasure is the beginning of a long kind of like side chain. That is not true. As soon as you've got daylight in the east, you can do this. Anyway, this one's slightly shitty. See this spiky thing? Like, if you try and jump on it now, it's spiky, but if you ground pound, it bounces up into the air, and then you can quickly use it to bounce up off it. And here we go. Here's something horrible. That's where the red key is. Extremely easy to overlook. You can continue on to the right there, but there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do down there at the moment. And we've got the key, and of course, because it's the Castle of Illusions, we know where the treasure is. So let's head over there now. Oh, editing magic! It's interesting though, I haven't actually really had to do any of that kind of editing so far with this entire game, because there's not really been any backtracking that's had to be cut out, which is quite cool. It's interesting the way that this works, that you can... Oh, bollocks! Well, don't do what I just did there, you actually need to smash these first. Basically, the blocks in front of me here are throw blocks, and you need to get the Paragrimmer up there, but you need to smash those things first. But yeah, there's not actually really any backtracking in this game, or very little backtracking to say that you play each level 4 times, which is indicative of good game design. There we go, he survived this time. Now when he's up here, boink, should just be able to break. Okay, that was weird. There we go, and now we can get to the red treasure. I mentioned a few episodes ago about this game having 3 things in it, which gave me nightmares as a kid and to a certain degree still do now. We're about to see number 2 of those. This is the Burning Torch. So that's pretty neat. We have unlocked the Forest of Fear, and also a way back to the north, so the whole map kind of loops around now. As I say, this is entirely, like, missable. If you just follow the order, like, as I say, green colossal holes, what you're supposed to do, you don't have to do this until, like, after the gate, until you've got all the music boxes and you're doing some kind of, like, post-game cleanup, but I'm going to do it now. But it's a whole level you can easily just kind of, like, miss out on. And it scares the shit out of me, because it's basically, there's annoying stuff in it, and just... listen to the, in inverted commas, music. It keeps sounding like it's going to go somewhere, but it just doesn't. Oh, there's just something about this level I find so unsettling. I find, like, forests at nighttime are a generally creepy place anyway. Not in the... what am I trying to say? They're not creepy in a kind of, like, haunted way. I just find them creepy in some kind of a, like... I don't know. I can't really put it into things, but, like, forests I find creepy in this way, quite in the same way this level is quite a lot. I'm talking shit, but who knows? Maybe someone gets what I'm talking about. And yes, as you can see, it's a really annoying level to navigate as well, because it's all about jumping off these, like, bits. It's probably the weirdest single musical track in the game is this one, just because it keeps ooh, that was annoying. It keeps threatening to go somewhere, but doesn't, and just remains deeply creepy. Hup. I think it's the silence of forest that kind of freaks me out a bit, and that's what they've managed to do with this level. Okay, I'm gonna... there we go. Well, you can see the grey chest down there. That's where we're aiming for. Hup. There we go. Hup. Hup. Whoop. And let's trigger that guy, then hop over there. Yeah, the trick with this is kind of when you're... Oh, no! Bollocks! Ugh. When you're about to make a jump, kind of position yourself as close to the edge of the jump as you can, and sometimes it'll actually look like you're not able to hold on. But you usually are. Like on this one, you want to be all the way down and to the left, so you can make the jump just there quite easily. Yep, and hop over there. This is going to be really annoying. As I say, this is one of... Oh, bollocks. There we go. Okay, this is one of a number of missable levels in the game. And all the missable levels, the ones you don't have to do in the kind of standard sequence of events, all tend to be fucking irritating. Anyway, note that pipe. But anyway, the grey chest is here. So let's crack it open. And we receive the weirdly named Warp Compact, which does something pretty cool. Observe. When I talked about the Forest of Fear being one of the things that gives me nightmares, it wasn't just the Forest of Fear, it's the combination of the Forest of Fear and Warped Void. Firstly, chest is here. Secondly, there are these warp things. Touch them, and you always appear back at that dragon demon mouth thing. This is a creepy level, it's well trippy, and the music is trippy to go with it as well. The combination of I'd completed the game the first time before I actually discovered either of these levels, so to suddenly discover a silent creepy level and a mad trippy level, yeah, it kind of did things to my young brain. Anyway, here you just want to avoid, if you're touching the ground when the slammer falls down, you'll get shaken off, so avoid that as well when you're climbing. That happens. You don't want to become Flat Wario here, you just want to kind of, just get past it. Don't get hit by the spearhead. Oh, don't get hit by the spearhead, he says, and gets hit by the, well, it worked anyway. Whoop. And then we're back in this room we just came through, but we've got this thing now, so we can smash through there and grab the grey key. So now the grey chest is right at the back of the beginning, so no, not the hammer bot, we just need to basically find any dimensional rift, and that'll take us back, because actually getting back to the beginning is, this level, as you can imagine, is a bitch to navigate. But if you just use the dimensional rifts, it takes us back to there, and we can get through here. I mentioned that these two levels are kind of a dead end. Every treasure in the Warped Void only affects the Forest of Fear. Every treasure in the Forest of Fear only affects the Warped Void, so they just keep playing off each other until they both finish up. And once you've done the blue treasure on both of them, there's no more happening. Anyway, we got the mystery handle, which raises that pipe. Do you remember that pipe I told you about at the end of the level? Yeah. So yeah, these two levels just play off each other, so that unlocks both the red and green treasure in the Warped Void on the Forest of Fear, which then opens stuff in the Warped Void, and they kind of go between the two like that. And that's what we're doing next episode. I know this one's been a short one, but basically the next level on Forest of Fear can be really long and annoying, and I don't want to start it with only like 2 minutes to go, so we'll just have a slightly shorter episode for once. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Wario Land 3. We've brought darkness to the east by defeating the nasty... Did I say beast or east? We brought darkness to the east by defeating the nasty yellow belly, and we've unlocked 2 new levels, and so next episode we will be continuing the weird shit going on between the Warped Void and the Forest of Fear. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Doctor, and this has been Wario Land 3. Good day.